Guys, welcome back. We have the Vauxhall Astra. You can see the sump is rotten, absolutely rotten. So it was in for service. I says there's no much point. I says because the sump's rotten. I says that could start leaking at any point. I mean, it may have been alright for a year, but you just don't know. So it is rather crusty looking. So what's the point? So we might as well service it. And it's probably the same as the wee Chevy. You can see they've just left a gap there for the exhaust in that cover. So probably just on stone chips, to be honest with you. He's blasted it. End up all corroded. So there's a ring of bolts to come through it. See, there's a wee dowel pin there. Got a new sump there, which is already lined up. That looks right. So it comes with a new sump plug bolts. It's like a kit. I think it gives you the sealant as well, so up to 300 degrees. So, and we'll get it all cleaned, get it put on, leave it overnight. We'll come back in the morning and put the oil in it. We've got one tyre to do. I just noticed actually the heat shields. Didn't notice that last time it was in. So I'll need to fix that for them. So I'll fix that. That's, well, if you watch my channel, you'll know how I fix them. So unfortunately, it must have been rattling a bit. Got to make some sort of noise that. So we need to do this tyre on it. This one's getting a bit low. It's coming up my dash saying that this tyre pressure is too low, but when they check it, it's this one that's low. So I wonder if somebody's just mixed the wheels up at some point, and this was on the front before. So I would need to re-register all the tyres. But I'm hoping if we just swap this onto the front, it'll just tell us that it's the front. No, it'll be right. It'll write itself. A report of a tyre going down, but it's taking about a week. I've put some soap over it. I don't see nothing. I didn't see any bubbles on it, but you sometimes need to submerge them and leave them till you find the bubbles. They can be very, very slow. You can see there's still a bit of moisture on that. But so we'll crack on here. We'll get the sump off it. We'll let that oil drain away. We'll get all the bolts with it. Get all the bolts cleaned up. We'll get the surfaces all cleaned up. Give that a wipe with some solvent, and then we'll put the sealant onto it, put it on and leave it overnight. So thanks for watching. Haven't already, hit a big thumb, hit subscribe, man. Have yourselves a great old day. That's better. Right, so it's been about 3 years, so I did clean that with some solvent about 3 years ago, but I will give it a further clean again just in case there's any dust or anything on it. So I've already had a little look here. As you can see, I've got my torch. I'm rather disappointed because it's been like 3 years. I've been home, had some dinner. It's Friday night, come back. Jesus. Still dripping. Okay, so we'll get it wiped in and see what happens. We need to let the sealant cure anyway. So not cure, but skin up. And then once it skins up, loosely fit it, tighten it evenly, and then torque the bolts to spec. Okie dokes. So that's what we need to do. I've cleaned that. I do need to do a little bit further cleaning just about there. I did go in it with some sandpaper, and there's actually a little bit of silicone still there. So I'll get the wee odds and sods, but I was hoping after 3 years it would have stopped dripping, man. Jesus, it's like 7 o'clock, 7:30 on a Friday. Hey man, let me tell you guys, if you've got your smell-o-vision on, man, that stuff stinks, okay? So it says to put a bead between 3 to 5 mil, leave that to skin for 5 minutes, and it says you can let it cure for half an hour and then start the car. I like to leave them overnight, okay? So that's what we're going to do. So you may think, oh, he's not got enough on there, but no, maybe that's a wee bit too much actually. A bead between 3 to 5 mil, because it will spread out, you know, and you've seen there that I'm trying to clean the stuff that's on the inside already. No, that was for the factory, so even for the factory it's spewing out, and so you need to be careful. You don't want bits dropping in and then you end up blocking up the strainer. So we've cleaned and cleaned and cleaned, so hopefully, I mean, it's probably going to have a run there, yep, and a run there, so we'll need to clean that away, but we need to leave that to skin for 5 minutes anyway, so we can clean this before we put it on. I'll go and clean the bolts up now. So new sump's on. We'll leave that overnight and let it cure fully. It said half an hour, right, but I'll leave it overnight. For me, that's best practice. Get as long as possible, and I'll maybe just give the bolts just another little final nit. There's not much torque on them at all, not much at all. So we'll finish the rest of it tomorrow. The rest of it, it's just been MOT'd. The brakes will need changed on it at some point. I'm not sure whether to just, you know, have a look at this tomorrow and see what's going on, because that's the only one that looks like it's been getting hot. The rest of them look okay. So yeah, the rest of them look okay. This tyre is going down slowly as well, but I've not seen any nails in it. There's loads of stones, but no nails so far. So we'll need to see what happens with that, and we need to rotate this wheel actually onto the front, because it keeps telling the lady that the front tyre's flat, but when she goes to check, it's that one that's down. So we assume then that wheel should be on there, and not the other way about. So it's easy done, So if they've got the 4 wheels off, you know, doing pads and discs or whatever, and it's maybe had the pads and discs before it left the dealer, to be honest with you. So normally there's spidey web there. So there's plenty of thickness on the pads. The discs on the outside look not too bad. They're a bit pitted on the inside, but they're not too bad, to be honest with you. They're not too bad, but you can just see the little bits of pitting starting on them. So I think really that's really, and you can see the inside lip there. So it's probably not going to be long until this is fouling the disc. So the backing plate happens on the insignias as well. This is alloy, and then that backing plate is steel. The two don't react the same way to basically our weather, so this will rust and this will corrode as well. And what happens is this is like a powdery kind of rust, and it pushes this backing plate as well as this rust, and it pushes that into the disc, and then you can get some noises for it. So I've seen that a few times on insignias. So anyway, we've got the lock cover to put back on tomorrow. We've still got the filter to take off and swap for a new one. We'll need to get the deck exhaust to 530 in it, and then we'll get it all ran up to temp, make sure it's all good in the hood. Tyre should be in tomorrow for that one there. That one's the lowest on it, so we're going to change that one. Aye, and then we'll take it for there. So aye, I may just bead seal this wheel as well, and just see. I'll take it off, maybe I'll find a puncture on it when I take it off, but so far the tread's good on it, and the tyre's still in relatively good condition, so we'll see if we can fix that. So there you go guys, thanks for watching. If you haven't already, hit a big thumb, hit the subscribe button, man. Have a great day, okay? Alright, so stay 15 in the Big Brother house, and that's good. Yeah, I think we should be okay there. That's so we'll get that all filtered off now. We got these tyres all taken care of, and then I'm going home. It's Saturday. I didn't get home till late last night. Late on. And the Friday as well. So we'll get the filter off it. That a wee bit of bad wire. Surely that. Nah, I think it's just something on the plastic sheathing. So, aye. We need to put oil in it, obviously, run up the temp, but I should be okay. That should be okay. I let it drip away for hours, 3 hours. It was still dripping. Cleaned it all. That one should be okay, hopefully. So we'll get the cover back on it after we check it. Hopefully there's no leaks. So we've put the sump on it. Left it overnight. It's been about 15-16 hours so far. We've put the oil in it there. And what I did was I did that tyre obviously, and I've let the pressure down on the passenger's rear. So I let that right down. Says open, the bonnet's opened. So we can see there it's showing us, but the customer's right. It's showing us that the near side front is flat, so it must be on. Somebody must have rotated the wheels by mistake. So that wheel should be on there. But now, because of these tyres, I may elect to take that tyre off for them and put it on that wheel and, you know, swap them basically. It's a bit more work for me, but at least then I know the tyres have a matched type, if you like. So they have an all-season kind of tyre, and they've kind of cut arrows in them, whereas these are just normal kind of bands. So I may swap just the wheels, swap the tyres from wheel to wheel, because definitely that's showing, and this one is going down, she says, about a week, and it's dropped a bit of pressure. So I've not found any punctures on it, so I'll maybe need to clean the wheel rim up and put some bead sealer on it or something, and see if that makes any difference to it. It might just be the tyre, there might be something wrong with it that I can't see, or maybe I get the wheel off, take the tyre off and find it's got a puncture. So, but aye, we'll let this sit for a while longer because we can. Right, so I've no need to put a chalk mark on it or anything. We know it's the one with the severe curb rash. That should be on the passenger's rear. and the one with no curb brush, nah, damn it, there's a little bit. So, right, so we need to take the air, this one I let right down, that's why I know it's definitely showing wrong, because I only let the air out of this one. So we'll now take the tyre off of this wheel, take the tyre off of that wheel, put that tyre onto this rim, onto that wheel, and then, swap them, so it's still the same. These tyres are on the rear, but this alloy's on the front. And I could just swap the valve over, but I want to see what's wrong with this one anyway, so we'll take the tyre off it. Right, that wheel's been swapped. You can see the bead seal coming out it, and even after putting bead seal in it, I put water over it and I could see wee microscopic bits coming out, so I pumped it right up to 60. Hopefully that'll adhere on there. Bead sealed this one as well. So, and this is the one, you can see the bead sealer. So, and it's so that I can keep these tyres looking, like that. I mean, they're not the same brand, but they're the same kind of tyre. So, and it's been running away there for a while, and the sump seems all good. So I don't see any leaks off it. So that's good. Just need to put a cable tie in there, 2 of them broke. So there you go. Haven't already, hit the big thumb, hit the subscribe button, man. Have yourselves a great day. Hopefully this Vauxhall Astra SRI model is good to go. So for whatever reason, the passenger's front one has went up 1. That is, 1 is Scottish for 1. So 43, it was at 42 a minute ago, I'm sure. I did try and get them out to 40, so they're all the same, just so we can monitor. No, nice round number, easy to monitor. Anyway guys, that's going to be it for this one, I think. So thanks for watching. Haven't already, hit the big thumb, hit subscribe, man. Have yourselves a great old weekend, okay?